Holy smokes, KUTX 98.9, the Austin Music Experience. Guess who? It's me, Laurie Gallardo, coming to you live and in person from this thing. What, the Bachelorette pad? Anyway, look, I am so excited because I have a very special guest this afternoon for KUTX at Home. Please welcome, from the Black Angels, my dear friend, Alex Maas. Hi, Alex.
Hello, how are you guys? How's it going?
It's going, man. It's
Good.
going. Here's a loaded question. How the hell are you?
I'm good. This seems like what I do anyways is sit around and play music. So this is kind of how I'm coping with it, is keeping the news off and my music instruments plugged in and turned on. That's kind of how I'm staying sane.
You know what? That to me is the formula for success right about now.
Nice.
So I'm on the same page. But um I have so much to ask you, but since we're doing KUTX at home, and obviously I'm doing the thing from my home, I
Mhm.
wanted to ask you about your home experience.
Okay.
How have you been dealing with your own experience staying at home and practicing social
Yeah.
distancing?
So it's been it's just, it's everything is really scary. Everything's always scary. There's for me, like as a musician and an artist, I've always thought that the world is really scary. It's like we could go at any time, and so it just seems like it got a little scarier. I've been staying at home, of course, doing a lot of gardening, and doing stuff around the house. Like everybody's been putting things off, right? And now they're finally getting a chance to do them. I've been playing a ton of music and cooking a bunch, and I have a 21-month-old toddler. His name is Luca, and he's just so fun, super energetic, and I just like steal energy from him. And It's been awesome. It really has. He's got to be loving it. He's just like mom and dada all the time. Just
Yeah.
so I think that is, for kids, this is amazing. And sometimes for parents, it's kind of like, okay, all right, we've been going nonstop since 7 o'clock. You want to slow down? He's like, uh, uh.
No.
Yeah, that's been really fun. Um, but yeah, this is kind of like it's a strange new world. It's the great shift of society. Who knows what's going to happen after this? That's all obvious. But I've been kind of trying to just do the same things that I have been doing and staying productive. We were in the middle of writing a Black Angels record in the studio at Spaceflight Records and at Brett's place, and just put that on hold. We were about to start cutting vocal tracks, and for me, I was like ready to go, but now I'm like looking at it as an opportunity to refine what I was gonna do, refine the lyrics and stuff. In the last year and a half, I've been writing my own record, a solo record, and it's called Luca. It's named after my son, and it's really, you can tell that this is a parent singing this song, singing these songs on the record. It's obvious, and the one I'm playing for you today is not one of those songs, unfortunately. But Yeah, but when you put the record on, you hear it, you're like, oh, okay. And I want people to know that, so they're not like thinking that these songs are about somebody else. Like it's about, a lot of it's about him, and
Sure.
yeah.
This is wonderful. And yeah, I did want to give a shout out to Spaceflight Records and to Brett Orison. Wonderful person.
Pretty
I
good.
support him so much. And of course, Brett was there with me from the beginning. And by the beginning, I mean the Black Angels. And again, Alex, I cannot help but brag because call me a mama hen. I don't mind, but I love seeing everyone grow and evolve, and it's just become beyond outstanding. It's become something of its own entity. And then when I found out, oh, Alex is doing some solo work too, didn't come as a surprise. I'm really excited, and I also got like a little sneaky peek as to what's to come on the forthcoming album, and I am blown away.
No way. Cool. Nice. Awesome.
I really am. Just to kind of, I don't know, kind of pick your mind about this. I just feel that there's a beauty to some of the minimalism. I'm
Mhm.
not saying it isn't complex.
Mhm.
I'm saying that things are broken down. There are a lot of delicate parts to it.
Absolutely, yeah,
But it's still rocking out. I mean,
yeah.
I'm just really curious about. Obviously, the name of the album is Luca.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about the inspirations, because even though I know it's Alex Maas, this is something unique all into itself.
Yeah, I mean, I say, I mean, it's my solo record. It's my first solo record. I hate even calling it that, but that's what it is. And like my manager's like, no, you should call it that. And I'm like, this felt kind of weird, but now I'm past that. So what went into inspiration wise, I mean, my whole life, this is the first time, Passover was our first record as a band, and that kind of had, up until from the time I was born up until the first time I put music out, which was Passover. That's what happened with that. And then from Passover to now, this is when you have Luca. So this record, there's so many influences. It is my first solo record, but there's so many amazing musicians on it and artists. Brian Ritchie from The Sword, Jay Garcia, Christian played a little bit on it, Christian Bland, and Quincy from Jack White's band played on it.
Quincy, that's right. Quincy's on it too.
Yeah, Dwayne Trucks from Widespread Panic played the drums. This guy from the Lemurs played drums also. His name's Dr. Brown. But I had just so many different people on it. Did it help kind of mold these songs? They were all just acoustic songs, and then I was like, you know what? Let's just try bringing other people in. If it sucks, and we don't have to do it. But we kept getting like deeper, and the songs became more lush and more cinematic. And that's one thing about this record, that it feels just very cinematic with string arrangements and mellotron, and it just sounds soundtracky. And I hope music supervisors feel the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm confident it is just exquisite. And again, I appreciate the preview. Thank you. And speaking of music, I understand you've got a couple of things you're going to play. Why don't we start out with a song?
Okay. The song's called Been Struggling.
My guest this afternoon is Alex Maas at KUTX at Home. Thank you so much for joining us.
Strangers' hands all over my chest. Strangers' lips saying what I love the best. It should have been struggling like all of the rest. You should have been struggling, she said, like all of the rest of them boys. But when we woke to the pearl gray dawn of winter, then we spoke on the silence that turned to laughter, waiting for the sleepy sun, waiting for the day to come. You should have been struggling like all of the rest. You should have been struggling, she said, like all of the rest of them boys. You should have been struggling like all of the rest. You should have been struggling, she said, like all of the rest. And when we woke to the pearl gray dawn of winter, then we spoke on the silence that turned to laughter, waiting for the sleepy sun, waiting for the day to come. You should have been struggling like all of the rest. You should have been struggling, she said, like all of the rest of them boys. La 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 la, la la la, la 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 la, la la la.
Alex Maas, awesome. Awesome, awesome. You just heard Been Struggling. That is by Alex Maas from the forthcoming solo album, Luca. Alex, I'm stoked. I mean, I know I've already told you that, but this is exciting for me.
Thank
Well
you.
done. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's interesting to have been working on these songs for a long time. Actually, I started working on this record about 2 years ago, and then Brett went on tour with Jack White for a year. And I was
right.
like, cool, congrats, Brett. Thanks a lot. Congrats. But I mean, yeah, so I was super happy for him, obviously, and the record got put on hold. And again, it gave me time to kind of look at the songs from a different perspective and figure out what was going to be on the record, which I still didn't really know until a couple months ago. But yeah, so it was a really fun process, and thank you for letting me share that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the record is supposed to come out in the fall, and everything's kind of moving kind of slowly, right? You know, everything moves slowly anyways in the music industry. So this could tack a year onto it. I don't know. I'm hoping it still comes out in like late August. That's the plan. So I've got
Yeah.
a few loose ends to tie up, and then we'll see. So
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I was kind of curious as to how that was affecting the release of the album and making plans. I mean, the best laid plans, we have proof of that.
yeah,
They often go, bye, nice to
yeah,
see you. Thanks for
yeah.
making plans, but not going to happen this way. Uh,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
I could have been super bummed out about it, but I'm just looking at it as an opportunity to plan it more and build a bigger team around it. It's like it's it's gonna be okay. I mean, in the beginning, I was like, damn, this is like, of course, my first record, and this happens. There's a national pandemic, and I put like all this time and money into this record, and I mean, but I'm not the only. Everybody's thinking that. Like, think about it's happening everywhere. People who just bought like $1 million restaurant downtown, and now they can't sell whatever the bagels or whatever they're gonna sell.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And you're absolutely right. Everyone is in the same or similar situations.
Yeah,
And what I've been seeing, what's been energizing me is just people going, all right, I've got new music here. Let's see how I can release it this way.
mm-hmm.
And I am just seeing musician after musician kind of picking something up, making it their own, and trying to figure out a creative way to do it, even though we won't be able to, go to shows for a little bit or see people in person. So,
Yeah, I
and
still think that there's a space for musicians. Like, this looks very gloomy, this whole situation, right? I mean, from the entertainment perspective, but
sure.
these things always bring out new innovations and systems, and that are we're going to overcome it. I know that sounds super blindly optimistic, but I really believe that because humans are kind of awesome and we're really intelligent. Not me personally, but other people.
Stop that. Stop that right now.
Don't
Um,
be
dang. Yeah.
hate.
It's, well, Alex, it is so awesome to have you as my guest today. And yeah, you're absolutely right. And if anything, I can just say with the utmost certainty, because I know this is a time of uncertainty, the music is keeping me going.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've always, and I'm not the only one who said it, but I've always been a firm believer of music is therapy, and it's cheap. It's too cheap. It's people are spending a lot of money on therapists and a lot of other things to be happy, and music is there. And what I kind of want to say is that you can play music. You can obviously listen to it all the time, but it's therapeutic to play it. From this, I love listening to music, but not as much as I like playing it. When I come back from tour, I don't listen to anything. I'm just like we're out and about. I'm like, hey, can you turn the music down, please? But I hear, it's just so therapeutic to play, and it's a lot of the Black Angels music is super. Well, it's kind of dark, and I think that you have to appreciate the dark to see the light, and it's cathartic for us to go there. Since I've had Luca, I've really appreciated stepping into the light and appreciating the dark from the other side, the dark side.
The dark side. You need it all, and you can appreciate the light much more deeply.
Absolutely. That's yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
I think absolutely. And we're going to wrap up in just a bit, but I think we do have time for one more song. What do you say?
All right. Here we go.
Cool. My guest this afternoon, Alex Maas, and we're talking about his forthcoming solo album, Luca. And thank you so much for joining us here at KUTX at Home.
All right. Let me start this time machine up real quick. Here we go. People dancing and laughing and making their rounds. Music is playing, records are spinning around. What happened to all the people that you once knew? They're probably dancing and spinning around just like you. I thought my hands were tied. They're probably dancing and spinning around just like you. 'Cause records are spinning and music is making it sound. People are laughing and hugging and dancing around. We thought our hands were tied, but they're not tied at all. They're not tied at all. 'Cause people are laughing and jumping and spinning around. Records are playing and people are loving that sound. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. There you go.
Applause, applause, applause.
Yeah, I was telling you before, I just wrote that one. I was gonna play songs, but I always want to play the newest. I always want to play the one I wrote today for you.
Wow.
No, I wrote it yesterday, but I'm always wanting to play something fresh. Anyway.
Yay, that is very fresh, my brother. Thank you for sharing that.
Nice, absolutely. Thanks for having me today.
Alex, it has been an absolute joy. I wish we could talk longer, and I know I can talk me in my big mouth, but but again, I wanted to say congratulations on the forthcoming album, and also thanks for the preview that I got. I'm just super stoked. I can't wait to share it with the rest of the world, and thanks so much for joining me for this afternoon. I really
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's great to see your face. I miss you too.
Great to see you, and all my best to you and the family. And yeah, man, keep the music going. Absolutely.
Well, can't help that. Okay. Have a good one. Okay. Bye.
You too. Have a good one. Ciao. Wow. And I would like to thank you, the viewer, for joining us this afternoon. I'm Laurie Gallardo on behalf of KUTX 98.9. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is KUTX at Home.